merely attendance in the class. So for this course I teach, what I expect a graduate from this course, because I teach BTech students, is that they should be able to implement all these formulas in class and improve it in the real world. When they're in the industry, they must be able to stand as a financial analyst and use these formulas to solve their problems for them. So the target student, my students are BTech, both full-time and part-time students, and they are combined, they are 300 in number. So full-time is about 220, because it's cut across the faculty, and the part-time is almost 100. So the assessment criteria for this particular topic is that they should be able to explain the key assumptions that underlie cost of capital, calculate the cost of ordinary shares, cost of preference shares, and cost of debt, calculate and understand weighted average cost of capital, explain the components of capital structure. How can I mix it after knowing their cost in such a way that debt will not be overweight, and also shares inbuilt generation of capital will not also be overweight. So it has to be balanced. So the learning outcome is that they should be able to determine the cost of capital of an enterprise and select the best source of capital under different circumstances. So I'll start from the TPAC model. TPAC is technology, pedagogy, and content. I'm actually new to this. I got to know about this during the Get Smarter WITS course. And Dr. Gita said I must lay emphasis on this. For others that have not done this, that's the right time for us to enroll for this course. So I got to know so many things, and I've started implementing them. Some things that I think is an abomination, creating WhatsApp group for my students, I thought it would cause distraction, but I learned there. And it's working for me, because if I send emails to them, they might not respond, but now that we chat together, they respond to me as soon as possible. So based on the content of this lesson, that is being a core financial management topic, clearly my pedagogy, that is the method and the practice of the teaching, will be affected because of the class size, which is so large. So following TPAC model, I need to ensure that I was mindful of the context and the learning outcome, so that I won't work against myself. I will be able to achieve my outcome at the end of the lesson. So integrating TPAC model to this lesson, I need the students to remember, I need them to understand, I need them to be able to apply these formulas, and I need them to be able to evaluate. It's when they can evaluate, they can use this to solve real life problems. So the technological tool required for them to be able to perform these four acts is that they should know Blackboard, they should be having their access to YouTube videos, Microsoft Office, that is Word and PowerPoint, then the Grammarly software also, then the group chatting that I recently introduced for chatting through WhatsApp and also emails. So to remember, they need YouTube video. What I did was that before we start the lecture, I looked for some YouTube video on how to use financial calculators, for them to see how to calculate all this formula without, the way I was taught is what I don't want to repeat. And that is why we are saying we should introduce technology. The way I was taught, it was that the lecturer should just write down the formulas and solve it for me. But now I introduce these formulas to them by showing them YouTube videos on how we can use financial calculators to solve this without writing with marker on the board. So they need, the technology I need is YouTube video and Microsoft Word to be able to introduce the content of the lesson to them. So for this, I need them to remember the different formulas on cost of equity, cost of preference shares, and cost of debt. Also, if they want to understand, we need the Microsoft PowerPoint. Apart from showing them how to use the financial calculator, I need to give them exercises for us to be able to use what they've seen from the video and how it can be solved. To apply, we need MS Word, Microsoft Word, Blackboard, and Grammarly. When they want to apply, it's just for me to give them an assignment that will allow them to think and use this formula. And I gave them one recently, and I told them, I don't want handwritten, because in first semester I was new and some of them submitted handwritten to me, I took it. But now that I'm on Get Smarter and I know the importance of technology, I told them you have to use Grammarly, and you can't use Grammarly when you are writing with your pen. So I told them, I put it on Blackboard, that you must use a typewritten one and use Grammarly to check your language errors. So if I want them to evaluate group chatting via WhatsApp and email, we started that recently, where I put a question on the group chat. But what I learned from US Smarter is that there must be application use policy. You know, students, they might misuse this and be posting what is not relevant to my course. So we put policy, rules and regulation before we start the chatting. This group chat is majorly for financial management. And you know your lecturer is involved. I don't want any picture on any social news about strike or not. No, just let it be cost of capital and all our related topics. So for students to remember, understand, apply and evaluate, they require factual knowledge, conceptual knowledge and procedural knowledge. This is also on this link to the TPAC. That if I'm using TPAC to teach them, what kind of knowledge do I need these students to use? But the one I asterisk is the procedural knowledge. You know, I told you now I moved from YouTube video to how they can apply this formula, so it's procedural. I lay emphasis more on the procedural knowledge. So using the SAMRA model, SAMRA, as my colleague has rightly explained, substitution, augmentation, modification. I asterisk the definition because I'm not using it at the moment. Maybe I still need to go back to Get Smarter to be able to use that. But based on application of this SAMRA model to my lesson, based on the target student, with the expectation that they should be able to identify the main concepts, represent and present the knowledge and relationship of this concept of cost of capital, collaboratively analyze these formulas and evaluate these formulas in their teamwork. So how do I link it with, I'm using the SAM now, linked the R. So substitution, the upload of PDF documents in Blackboard, MS Office and other online techniques instead of working on paper is substituting my archaic method that my lecturers used for me. So that means I'm using technology now, I'm putting PDF attachment for them to see that we can actually work without touching paper. Augmentation, providing the students with YouTube videos on how to apply finance calculator. You know, it's possible for me to just take financial calculator to the class and be pressing for them, look at me, instead of showing them the video. So using YouTube video to show them how it has been used all over the world is augmenting my means of lecturing them. Also modification, students are given group tasks. Like the group chat is just to modify. Now what I use the group chat for is the assignment I've given you, bring out your idea, despite what I'll mark, let's discuss this. Now from their discussion I can get their opinion, look at their weak points and modify and develop from them next time where we are giving assignment. Thank you.